We're here to react to all of the Sunday action in Week 5. My name is Harrison Graham. Before we do so, can we top our last video in more new subscribers on our mock draft that we put out? 44 new subs. Absolutely awesome. Today, can we top it? Can we get 45? Can we get 50? Can we get 100? The more subscribers we get, the more content we can do. So hit that subscribe button and let's react to Week 5. I'm Harrison Graham. Let's get into it. Busy Sunday yesterday, and I think we got to start with how it ended yesterday. Sunday Night Football. What a win for Drake Maye and the New England Patriots, 23-20 over the Bills. And I think it's posed the question, has Drake Maye arrived? He's been playing some really good football this year. Last year was a little up and down, but considering the circumstances, certainly showed the upside once he did get to play. After they finally benched Jacoby Brissett, they bring in a new coaching staff, Mike Vrabel. Obviously, you get Josh McDaniels to be the OC. Stephon Diggs looks like the Diggs of old. At least he did against his former team last night. Maye was terrific. Now, he didn't throw any touchdowns or anything, but I just thought he made several big plays, especially out of structure. And, Collinsworth was talking about that last night. I kind of agree. In the pocket, it's still a little hit and miss, and that's not surprising for a young quarterback. But man, when he escapes and is on the move, that throw down the field when he bails right and throws about a 40-yard seed, that was fantastic. I just thought that game, how wonky it was early. Stevenson fumbles again. You're just going, yeah, the Bills are probably just going to, win this game by 10, 14 points. And, would have been no big deal, right? The Patriots aren't supposed to beat the Bills at this point. But the fact that they calmed the storm, got that game to halftime at 3-3, and then came out and Maye played really well, easily the biggest win of his career in the NFL. And now the Patriots feel like, a team to be reckoned with at 3-2 in the AFC. So I was impressed. Certainly plenty of room for improvement, but I think if you're a Patriots fan waking up today, you're not filling out 2026 mock drafts. You're pretty fired up about how Drake Maye's playing and what that could mean for the rest of the season, but more importantly, long-term. Pick a quarterback long-term, because all of a sudden this 2024 class with these three guys, the top three picks, not in order there, obviously, actually reverse order, Bo Nix, who's, been a little up and down, but still pretty good overall. And Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy, we'll see on those two, especially J.J. Penix has shown some signs. It's looking like pretty good class. Who would you pick long-term out of these three? Type DM for Drake Maye, J.D. for Jaden Daniels, or C.W. for Caleb Williams. All right, the Dolphins, it's time. You got to fire Mike McDaniel. Look, you were 0-3. In that third loss, you played Buffalo tough on Thursday night. It was 21-21 game in the fourth quarter. Okay, come out, you take care of business, you beat the Jets. Okay, you got Carolina this week. Great opportunity to get to 2-3, maybe get a little bit of momentum. You're up 17-0. Kind of looks like the Dolphins of old. The September Dolphins are back, except for it's October. And then you blow a 17-0 lead and lose to the Panthers 27-24 and give up 200 yards rushing to Rico Dowdle? What? On what planet does that happen? The Panthers are not a team built to come from behind. Bryce Young only threw for 180 yards in this game. You would have thought he went nuclear if they were going to come back from 17-0 down. You cannot lose that game if you're Mike McDaniel. They haven't fired him today, and I guess they won't today at this point, but it's over, man. He's got to go. Chris Grier's got to go. You need a reset. You need a reset. And McDaniel's going to be a great OC somewhere, and who knows? Down the road, he might get a second shot at being a head coach, but he'll certainly coach in this league for a long time. He's a smart guy, but it's just, I don't know, man. I think there's just been too many, bad losses, too many underwhelming spots. They don't beat good teams, and now they're losing to bad teams. It feels like it's run its course. I think you got to make a change here. Okay, are the Ravens just screwed? Is this just one of those years? I mean, kind of like the Niners last year, right? The Niners go 6-11, bunch of injuries. Brock Purdy kind of just has a down year, and it's just perfect storm to have a down year for a contender. Maybe that's the Ravens this year. We'll explain why after we talk about our awesome sponsor, Prize Picks. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy sports app in North America. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. The way Prize Picks works is simple. You pick more or less on player stat projections on 2 to 6 player lineups, and you are good to go. If you hit, you win money. Some lineups up to 2,000 times your money. That's right. You can turn $10 into 20,000. Prize Picks is also the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick your favorite quarterbacks, pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? Now you can do it all in the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. Got a little 3-player Monday night lineup for you guys as Isaiah Pacheco, who has not had a great year. I think he rushes for more than 29.5 yards tonight, though. Give me the more on that. Trevor Lawrence, who hasn't been great either, but a goblin pick, more than half a touchdown. I think he can throw for at least one. And then Xavier Worthy, who's been back, going back to last week. Demon pick. I like him to find the end zone tonight. 3-player lineup. Go check out Prize Picks today. Up to 6-player lineups. Download the Prize Picks app right now. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, the Ravens. Are they screwed? Well, they looked like a team with no hope yesterday. The Houston Texans scored 44 points, and that's an offense that's been in shambles for the better part of a year now. Ravens obviously lost 44-10. Now, anyone and everyone missed that game. The Ravens are dealing with a million injuries. Lamar didn't play. Ronnie Stanley. Nnamdi Madubuike is out for the year. Roquan Smith is out. Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Chiodo Uche, Patrick Ricard. I mean, you're talking about like 6 of your top 8 players out with those first 6 guys. I mean, that's pretty difficult to overcome for any team. But this is where blowing that game in week 1 to Baltimore, not finishing strong against Detroit, just having a couple of these weird losses early in the season come to bite you, because now you're 1-4, you got a million injuries, and you're running out of time. You can't get to 1-5, 1-6 and expect to make the playoffs. Now, John Harbaugh said some players should return next week. We'll see. But man, you got to find a way to steady the ship here. Now, I will say this for Baltimore. You got some winnable games coming up. Now, this week is going to be tough against the Rams, but at least you get them at home, cross-country flight. Maybe you win that game. Bears at home, if Lamar's playing, that's obviously a very winnable game. Dolphins, very winnable. At Minnesota, still winnable, especially if Lamar's playing. At the Browns, tough defense, but a game you should win. So, you can easily go 4-1 here, then all of a sudden, boom, you're 5-5. You're right back in the mix. And I'll say this too, the AFC North stinks. Pittsburgh at 3-1 is on top right now. The Bengals are 2-3. They've lost 3 straight without Joe Burrow. They're a mess. You've also got the Browns, who are 1-4, feisty, but not a very good team. So you benefit from the division you're in, but you got to win some games soon. Again, you're not going to go 1-6, 1-7 and rally to the playoffs, I don't think. So, I'd be thinking that 5-5 mark. Can you win 4 out of these next 5? If they somehow beat the Rams, I think they can get back on track. But if they lose this week, fall to 1-5, I mean, your margin for error the rest of the way is pretty slim. I mean, you're probably going to have to get to 10 wins to win the AFC North, and that means you can lose 7 games at most. They've already lost 4, so clock is ticking on Baltimore. All right, Baker Mayfield versus Sam Darnold, just an absolutely awesome battle to watch in an NFC tilt. Yesterday, the Buccaneers did come out on top, but you just look at these two quarterbacks. I mean, obviously, similar journeys where they kind of flame out in their first start. Baker had some success in Cleveland, but obviously at the end, they moved on. Darnold in New York was a mess. They both team up, actually, in Carolina. Each get time to start. Neither plays that well there. They move on there. Baker kind of rehabs his image and his play in the league by going with Sean McVay and the Rams for the end of that one season. Darnold takes kind of a redshirt year with the 49ers, hits the reset button to be Brock Purdy's backup. Then Sam revitalizes his career last year in Minnesota. Baker revitalizes it in Tampa. This is his 3rd year there. Sam in Seattle looks like he did last year in Minnesota. I mean, this was just a treat to watch. I mean, you felt bad for Darnold at the end when he probably should have just taken the sack, tried to just dirt it, hits the guy's helmet, and it's picked off, and the Bucs kick the game-winning field goal. But I think we all agree we would have loved to see overtime in that game, but these two teams can play with anybody. Now, can either win a Super Bowl? I don't know. I think there are question marks defensively for both teams, but that was a treat to watch. That felt like a high. Didn't that feel just like one of those fun like wild card playoff games, wild card weekend games, maybe divisional round? That was a good time. So kudos to both those quarterbacks. I mean, listen, it just goes to show sometimes it's just about situation. You get in the right situation, the right circumstance, the right franchise at the right time, things can turn. These guys were drafted number 1 and number 3 overall for a reason because they're very, very capable and very, very talented. So if I'm a Bucs fan, if I'm a Seahawks fan waking up today, I'm feeling pretty good about the quarterback I have in place. Baker Mayfield is the blank best quarterback in the NFL. We were kind of debating this in the office. I can't say top 5. I think since he's been in Tampa, he's played like a top 10, top 12 guy. Certainly since last year, I think he's played like a top 10 guy. This year, he's probably played like a top 5 or 6 guy. He's played really, really well. Obviously, Joe Burrow being hurt helps his status right now. I think outside of those like elite guys, the Mahomes, Lamars, and Joshes, I mean, Baker's in that next group. Like he's right in there. He's somewhere between on his best day 5 and on his worst day 12. I mean, he's pretty damn good. And listen, if Darnold keeps doing what he's doing, he could enter that status as well. So just a treat to watch yesterday. Okay, we got to talk about maybe the craziest loss ever, the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. They're up 21-6. Amari DiMercato, who is their third-string quarterback but got to play a decent amount yesterday because of their running back injuries, busts what should have been a 75-yard touchdown. He kind of just turns off the Jets and is jogging toward the end zone, and L'Jarius Sneed is running him down, and DiMercato kind of extends the ball out and just drops it. And in real time, I was like, I think he scored, but that was pretty close. And then they slow it down frame by frame, and he let go of the ball right before the goal line, goes through the end zone for a touchback. And in the moment, you're kind of like, okay, it happened again. Some stupid player doesn't cross the plane with the ball secured, but it's still 21-6 against the lifeless Titans. But then all of a sudden, Cam Ward makes a couple throws. They score. Okay, they don't get the 2, 21-12, still in good shape. Cardinals get stalled out again. Titans get the ball back. Cam Ward throws in a pick in which it was deflected, intercepted. The guy fumbles trying to get off the turf. It gets, I'm not joking, kicked around like it's kickball like 4 times, recovered in the end zone by the Titans for a touchdown. But even then, it's 21-19, and what do the Cardinals do? They run it 3 straight times, 3 and out. Cam Ward makes a beautiful throw to Calvin Ridley. Joey Slye kicks the game-winning field goal, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? How did they lose this game? I mean, listen, I run our Chicago Bears channel. I'm a Bears fan. You guys know this. But I got to tell you, that loss topped even most of the Bears losses I can remember, the crazy ones in recent years. I've never seen anything like it, man. That was unbelievable. I just, if one of those things go your way, you probably blow them out. Instead, you lose to a team who's just a total embarrassment in Tennessee. The Cardinals have now lost 3 games in a row to fall to 2-3, all on game-winning field goals. I mean, that feels like a loss yesterday that could just completely derail the season. Like they could just, you win yesterday, okay, you're 3-2, you've lost a couple of nail biters, you're still feeling pretty good about yourself. You blow that game to the Titans in that way, that could derail the season, especially in a competitive NFC West with the Rams, 49ers, and Seahawks. Man, what a disastrous loss by Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals. All right, that's going to do it for 4 Verts, my NFL Week 5 reaction in the books. We'll be back tonight after Monday Night Football, so be sure to lock us in. We'll have a post-game reaction there. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you then.